first time in the world I've seen these barriers like this to protect people from falling in. It must be a test. It's one way that Japan achieves a certain social consciousness. These placards on manners. Don't leave crap underneath your feet that people are going to trip on. Don't take the seat of somebody who has a priority right to the priority seat, or for that matter any seat. And don't play your cell phone and your music loud. In fact, they have announcements that say, do not use cell phone. Get the point, dummy? And these warn against crooks. Don't leave your baggage with your back turned to it. Keep your hand on it. I've yet to figure out what these 4 numbers mean. It may mean 2 separate trains. Well, it may mean train number 15. Again, I think it's car number 9, but it may be for the high-speed train that's car number 11. I don't know what the 15 and the 11s stand for here. You see, here's the number 11 in yellow and 11 on a blue strip, which corresponds with that 11 and 11 on the right side. There's these little numbers here, 26. This one's gone, 27. There's 28 there. What that means, I don't know. Each station will have signs like this. Notice there's an arrow pointing in the direction that the train on this side of the platform goes, and gives the name of the next stop, which is Shin-no-Yonbashi, and the last stop before this one, Kinshisho. And you'll also find the Bakurucho name on several of the pillars as you come into the station. So if you're moving your head while the train's moving, you can actually read them and know where you should get off, in addition to the verbal and the electronic signage on the train. I can tell just by the wind and an increased roar that a train is coming now. If it's a white train, it'll be the next train, or in other words, the airport Narita Express. This is the Tokyo Station Marunouchi line to Ginza Station, and here's one of these new barricades. One of the opportunities of this is not only to keep people from committing suicide, although the number has to be small, so the investment phenomenal for the benefit achieved, unless you place an incredibly high value on 1 or 2 lives, and apparently they do. But here's a solution that's not used otherwise, and yet the need for it getting through is obvious, because this is the only place where there are portal gates that slide back. But here, showing where you should stand to the side, leaving this area here available for the people to get off. So unlike the rest of the world. And the rest of the world is like a rugby scrum. As soon as the doors open, both sides slam into each other. One group trying to get off the train, the other trying to get out. This is a Buddhist temple, original built 1617, Yokohama, fire burned it down 1657. This is the newest biggie one, built in 1930. Walking back from the fish market, I see a little bit more interesting view of that Indian temple. So far, of course, it has no more allure to me than any other administrative building that happens to have a little touch of India. I'm going to wander the perimeter just to kind of get the dimension of it. Then I'm going to start crisscrossing inside of it, the areas that I'm given access to. And then by 9 o'clock, hopefully I can get into the open interior area of the actual market. This is one of the, that dot, Tokyo so far. If you have a severe need for privacy, probably not your thing. Now notice the calligraphy of the first letter in blue, the bottom. Doesn't it remind you of a fish? Even the flukes of a whale up above? And this is the fish market. Even these packed vegetables have a certain simple beauty to them, don't they? So if you get off at the Tsukiji subway station, it is to the lower right and down to the right of what I put in Indian Temple. And you walk up to that main intersection there, hang a left, then hang a right, and you end up here at this place, which is where the Fish Information Center is. Very busy intersection here, particularly till at least 9 o'clock. The auction was at 5, so that gives you an idea of how much activity has been going on. Probably much busier early on. But they severely warn you everywhere as a visitor, watch where you're going, look around you. So we'll wander in here with that admonition. And what this is a wholesale operation. It's not a retail for people like me. So little businesses, little stores, big stores, come here to shop for the main meat staple of Japan, which is fish. Probably these are all little refrigerated trucks somehow. Like Bangkok, if you're going to walk around here and you're going to cross an intersection like this, you do it in a steady, consistent pace. You don't stop or anything like that. You just keep walking slowly or at your normal pace, and they will adjust to you. And I'll start wandering down these back roads, and the guard kept us out of that big shed for probably pretty obvious reasons. Shops along the periphery here are going to contain things that are useful in the trades that use the fish, or including probably anything to do with the restaurant, plus all kinds of other gewgaw that people think they might be able to sell. There are a number of food stalls serving in particular the men and women that work this place, either as customers or as shop owners, sellers, whatever. Turning into a regular market with everything and anything that someone can sell. I'm wandering down the periphery of these alleyways, kind of get a feel, and then I'll start going up and down them just for the fun of it. Where the action is, of course, is back in through all that area there in those sheds. Areas we're not permitted into for obvious reasons. It's dangerous and it's professional. Those people are making a living doing what they're doing. Good smells of cooked food, I assume fish, coming from somewhere as I walk along here. Imagine the years of toil and the work and this is done. This is a close-up look at one of these little things. Not sure what this barrel-like device is, except I guess it's the motor, probably electric driven. And then that big steering wheel, probably for super tight negotiation.